Welcome to JS Muay Thai Podcast, episode 9. And today we have Michelle! Yay!
Thank you for having me on.
Michelle, thank you so much for coming all the way just from the ring.
10 minutes away.
Not that far at all. So yeah, everyone knows that she's famous Melbourne female fighter. Been in the scene for a very long while. So I guess just for someone that don't know you that much, can you tell us just briefly, like, how did you get into Muay Thai and how many fights you had now?
Okay. Brief story. It started boxing and all that sort of stuff when I was out in the country in Echuca, just doing like box fit classes, and then came down to Melbourne for uni. And while I was at uni, I was also dating a guy in Geelong. I was doing some more box fit down here. And he was like, why don't you try Muay Thai? I'm doing Muay Thai. My friend's doing Muay Thai. Come do a Muay Thai class in Geelong with me. And I was like, yeah, why not? So I went and did the class. Absolutely loved it. It was very fun, really chill. And they like looked after me at that gym, but it didn't make sense for me to be traveling to Geelong every night to do Muay Thai. So I started at Westside after that. Did 6 months at Westside. And then was like, okay, it's still too far for me to travel to Westside from Maidstone all the time. And I was working at a cafe actually just up in Footscray. Really weird. I was like in the process of looking for a gym. And then somebody walks into the gym with a ring gym, into the cafe, with a ring gym jumper. And I still to this day don't know who it was, but it was a bald man with the ring gym jumper. And there was a few bald men. So could have been any one of them. But I remember looking at the jumper and I was like, oh, I'll go check where that gym is. So I checked it out afterwards, and it was like 5 minutes around the corner. So I called that up, and Andy spoke to me. He was like, really chill. He's like, there's no lock-in contract. There's nothing. Just come try. It was really, really chill. I was like, all right, then, I guess. I walked in, felt like home, and I never left.
Back to the guy that introduced you. Is he a fighter?
No. No, he actually carried on for the first like year of my Muay Thai. We were together. And he did like a interclub. He was actually really good. Like he was my first like kind of intro into like what a fight camp would look like. He did an interclub. I think he did like a fight camp for that. And I remember seeing that when I first started and being like, oh, this is the discipline that's needed to go into like getting ready for your first fight. So I was prepared at least when I started fighting. I think I did a few interclubs while I was still with him and maybe an amateur. And then just, that kind of broke off for God knows what reason.
Were you doing any other sport before that?
I grew up swimming a little bit, but mainly I was horse riding. I was a country girl.
That's a really hard sport. It's a lot of legs and, like
physically not the hardest. I would say the farm work is what's hard with horse riding. Horse riding, like the hardest part of horse riding, the actual riding itself, is like keeping your shit together when your horse is not keeping their shit together.
Like you have a teammate who can't speak, but like...
They're just like fucking freaking out over some, leaf that blew over there, and you're like, just relax. So, I've always said this. I'm like, if you can be like not fearful of a 400 to 500 kilo horse, then fighting's okay.
Now we know why she's a fierce fighter, because she dealt with a horse before.
It helps. It definitely helped.
I think it was just saying like before you started, when you first started Muay Thai, right? The first class, you did a couple of interclubs and then the amateur. How long did it take you to jump over to starting in the pro scene? Because, do you know how long it took you?
I think only a year.
Yeah.
Back, I think, and maybe same with you guys, like back when we were amateur, like it wasn't like 10 fights or anything like that. It was like a couple fights go pro.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking back to my first pro fights and thinking, oh my God, the amateurs now are like 100 times better.
Yeah. Scary. The level is so much better.
I was like, who let me fight with that shit? I think I was just behind you, Joe, when you first fought amateur kind of then, because I remember sparring you back at Martial Spirit and like you were amateur then and I wasn't quite amateur, or you were, I can't remember the time frames, but I did one interclub. And it's funny, I dropped in an interclub, but I did pretty good. And I got out of there and like, Andy's like, so full contact, like, let's go amateur next. And I was like, all right, sure. Did 6 amateurs in like a year and a bit and then went pro. So Yeah.
What's the amateur show back then? Was that Vama?
Yeah, I had 3 VAMA fights.
Mm.
Then I did 1 fight up in Aubrey and 2 fights in Adelaide.
Oh,
Yeah, there
wow.
was nothing.
There was not much. Yeah. I remember just being amateur and just never finding fights. And I was like, we'd get potential matches. Back then you're doing like day before weigh-ins too, even for amateurs. And so I'm like weight cutting for these fights, and it's like getting 3 weeks out, and Andy's like, I don't know if you're fighting. And I was like, I want to eat. Tell me whether I'm fighting. Just like, I think one day he cracked it and he's like, fuck off fighting. Oops. So I learned that lesson the hard way. But yeah.
Is that the more struggle part for you, like the diet?
Fucking
Yeah.
Isn't it all for us?
I don't know. I'm jealous of the girls that are like skinny and like keep their fucking. I'm so jealous of you, Sam.
Me too.
I wish I had a fast metabolism.
Yeah, I
Hard
definitely
for me
don't.
too,
Yeah.
because I need to
You need
cut
to
the
eat enough.
portion, and I'm like so angry. Because like, but yeah, I consider it's not as hard when I have to cut, but I'm just angry when I don't get to eat. But yeah, I guess you guys are harder because like it's harder for you guys to cut.
I think this year especially, like I just found I'm like, I will like try my hardest and keep trying, and then weight's just not falling and not like, and I'm stressing. I think I remember my last camp with Whitney, I had like something happened with my guts, and like I had all the stomach lining in my stomach blew up, and I got so bloated. I remember looking at my stomach, and it was like looking at a football in my stomach, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I told Jack, and Jack's like, well, just have some days off and eat more. And I was like, I can't do that. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. And anyways, it took a lot of forcing myself, but I lost weight better that way. And so I don't know, like it was really, I'm a bit weird with my diet at the moment. I have to figure that shit out.
So if you don't know, Jack is actually the combat dietitian, and he also a dietitian for Michelle. How is it working with him?
Yeah, it's good. We are a little bit more chill because I see him every day for training anyways. So if I have shit going on, I'll like quickly just try and tell him. I try not to waste his time in training because that's valuable time for him. But I'll tell him what's up and then message him or something like that briefly. But for the most part, my diet is mine to do for before fight week, and then fight week he takes control and just like tells me what to do. I'm pretty good with my diet outside. It's just like this last year, I think I've started struggling a bit more with it. But yeah.
But do you feel the difference between before you're actually working with a dietitian and then after?
Yeah. I think because I've been working with him, or I've had him with us for so long, I can't remember what it was like to not be working with a dietitian or not have a diet plan or not like kind of do that stuff. But I also like I said, like I do most of it myself nowadays because I've been working with him for so long that he doesn't need to like tell me everything. I'm like, I know now, but things change and my body's starting to change, so we have to readdress that.
Very interesting. Female body and hormones, it's just changing all the time. That's why it's so important to have dietitian when you're fighting.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel kind of bad for the girls coming up nowadays and the amateurs and stuff like that, because the girls are at the top and all of this, like these ripped, like absolutely like goddess built like females at the top are like showcasing this incredibly, like, it's unhealthy for the time that they're the fight week. I know they're not like that all the time, but like it's unhealthy, and all these girls, the amateurs and stuff like that, are looking at these girls at the top being like, oh my God, that's what I'm supposed to look like if I'm going to be the best. I'm like, no, they're just the best, and they're like that because they're like here, like they're like so like blindsided. I'm like, it's okay for you not to look like that and still fight. Like, fuck, I definitely don't have abs, but I'm all right. Like, I do okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think it also depends on, like, everyone's different. Some people have like, oh my God,
Fun is ridiculous. I was saying to Indian, I was like, the last fight, I'm like, it looks like she got vacuum sealed.
But some just don't have, like we always say, we're like, she has a
inverted abs.
It's inside. I can't see.
I vibe on that. We like to eat and drink.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, and I like one or Instagram reel, I can't remember, but you know how they showcase like the best athletes, the strongest, like powerlifter. They don't look ripped. You know, sometimes it just depends on a person, but they still can be very good at your sport and very strong. It shows that look is not everything.
Oh man, you gotta eat. I don't know. If there's one thing in life that's like the most amazing thing, it's food. So, I mean, enjoy.
Yeah.
And fight on top of it. Who cares? If you're starving yourself of everything you love in life, I don't know. Food is such a big thing for me. I guess it was such a big thing for my family and stuff like that. Like, so
Yeah, we also love food. Understand?
We're on the same boat as you, Michelle. You need to explain yourself. What is like one of your most memorable fights in your career?
There's been a few. I want to say, like, I would love to say my fight with you, like, but honestly, the fight that I've like had the most that like lit the fire in me and actually showed me what I am and what I can do and what my style is going to be, and all of that was like my fight with Rosie Comos, which I think you were commentating on. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, my fight with Rosie was like, I don't know, I just kind of like found my rhythm and like I found my groove in fighting, and I found what makes me like where I can have the most fun. So that was really cool because I had never done any like jumping, spinning, anything crazy in any fights really until that fight. So
She's pregnant now.
Everyone is just
Like,
popping babies now.
Yeah, talk about other people's business. Let's just not say that again.
It's just like, learn the name. Yep, she's pregnant.
I reckon there's a whole list of females. I think because like we're at the like there's an age and there's like the group of girls that we've all come up with. Some of them are just deciding to stop and have babies. I mean, that'll never be me if I'm not having 6 months off to have babies.
I was just about to ask you that question.
Fuck no.
Did you consider it after fight career or?
This is actually a fun subject. No, this breaks my mum's heart.
Sorry, Mum.
Sorry, Mum. No, I very much like just don't see myself being a mum. It's like I have maternal instinct. It's there. I know it is, but it's like I don't feel it strong enough that makes me feel like I could take care of a child. I'm too selfish for me and Indy and our lives and what we want to do with our lives that like I feel like I would resent a child if I had one. So I don't want to do that to a child. I would never want to bring a child in and then resent it for taking me away from my life. So I'd rather just not have one. We've got Romeo anyways. And
you're a step-mom to Romeo.
Yeah, well, eventually I'll be a stepmom. But yeah, like we've got... we ain't married yet.
Going to be. This is a trial period.
Indy says I'm stepmom, but like I don't see it like that either. Even if I did get married, I wouldn't see myself as stepmom. I'm his friend. Like, and that's how I was brought up with my step-parents. Like, well, my stepdad. But I'm always like he's always my friend first. He's never my parent. And like while he'll be disappointed in me, it's like a friend would be disappointed with you. And my mum was left to do the parent, like the yelling and the parenting and all that sort of stuff. And I get that was hard for her, but like it was handy for me to have a friend in not another parent. So I want to do the same for Rome.
Oh,
yeah,
that's great.
I don't know. Yeah. Things don't always play out the way you want them to, but we'd hope.
That's the best way to say. Well, since we're talking about your not stepmom, your friends of Romeo. Yeah, Romeo is Indigo's child. Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit.
Ooh, yeah.
Indy, relationship.
I was leaving to. He's like, say something like maybe.
you wish, Indy. Yeah. How did you meet first? Like, that would be the question before I ask anything else. Yeah. How did you guys meet? If you don't know Indigo, he used to be a fighter as well, and now he's a coach, right? So how did you guys meet?
So, again, this could be a very long story, it could be a very short story, but I'll try and keep it brief because the longer story is a bit more fun. So I actually heard his name and like heard of him because I was at a fight show one time, well and truly before I was even amateur. I was at a fight show, and I remember one of the girls I was hanging out with was like, "Oh, this Indy boy is like really cute." I didn't even see him at this time. I just heard her say that, and I was like, "Oh yeah." And then I left it, and then one day, like a year later or something like that, I started following him on Instagram, and he had a partner at the time and everything like that, and I remember thinking he was really funny. Like, he was just really funny and really, like, cheeky and everything like that. But, again, I wasn't, like, a crush or anything like that. I just respected him and I really liked him and, like, what he was doing in the Muay Thai scene and all that sort of stuff. So I was like, cool, I just followed him. And then, yeah, a long time passed. I fought one time. I think he sent me a message or something like that. A few, like, chit-chats here and there. And then we saw each other at a Muay Vic. And I think we're both freshly just out of relationships then too. And he was like, he didn't know how to talk to me.
Really?
He was so shy. Like, I guess also too big.
Shy.
He had the matchups and all that sort of stuff behind me. I was sitting in front of them. And I guess he's just freshly out of a relationship too. He's like still trying to figure out what he wants to do with his life. So he like come up to me and he's like, excuse me, just how are you? I need to check the yeah, thanks. Okay, have a good day. Bye. And I was just like, no worries. Anyways, from then on we were like chatting, talking, stuff like that. Yeah, he had to really prove himself to Andy, because Andy obviously knew him from other ways, and there'd been a lot of stuff, I guess. He stood up and did a lot for the Muay Thai fighters and stuff like that, and in the process also caused a little bit of ruckus with a lot of promoters and a lot of people around the community and a lot of the coaches. So he was known for having a loud mouth, I think. But he had to prove himself to Andy, because Andy wasn't sure about him. Andy's also like protective of me.
Yeah.
So yeah, Andy like over time saw how happy he was making me. Got a job at the gym, because his gym was suffering after COVID. So we helped him out, and then eventually he's just now full-time ring gym. Yeah, sorry,
So
that was
how
a
long you
long
been
story.
together now? That's not long.
It felt long. 4 years, I reckon, just over 4 years. Yeah.
Yeah,
So a
that's
little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess that comes to the next question.
Yes.
Like, how is it like having a partner who is your core and also sometimes training partner?
Training partner, easy.
Yeah, you just bash him. Yeah.
Most of the time, we're just bashing each other. Yeah, we spar pretty well. We clinch. Clinching is hard for us because he's a little bit stronger than he realizes, I think. And then, tends to like just be quite strong with me. But he's a good clinching partner, and he's a really good sparring partner for me, because we're similar sizes, minus 10 kilos.
That's why we talked about it before before the podcast starts. She's like, I don't feel any of my opponent's powers because you spar with Indy. Wow.
She's so conditioned.
A little bit conditioned. Yeah. No, he's really good, especially because he's changed a lot of his style to be Muay Thai and to suit our gym a little bit better. It is really good for me to spar with him. He doesn't hold pads for me often. We try not to do pads together too often, because that's where, especially if I'm in fight camp and I'm under a lot of pressure to get things right and to be doing the right things, and I've been doing pads with Andy or Jeb this whole time, and then I start doing pads with Indy, it's just like a little bit hard up here to change that much. So yeah, he doesn't really coach me. Very, very rarely is he my coach. And we said that at the start. We're like, I love you dearly, and I can be your teammate, and we are always equal in everything we do. Like, we are so equal in all of our life. But you can't be my coach, because it stops you from being equal with me anymore. Like, I don't feel equal with you. You have an assertive place over me, and that assertiveness is like something I don't like in my partner. So yeah, no, definitely not my coach.
Interesting. But he's in your corner, yeah?
Yeah, he corners me.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, like it feels like my teammate's cornering me. So like Andy's there saying most of the stuff. And if Andy wasn't there and Indy needed to corner me, we could do that. Because when I'm cornering, it kind of feels like we're all working as a team rather than it's like it's not assertive. Like, we're all having conversations about things. Like, when I get to the corner, Andy's not like, you need to do this and this and this, and you're getting hit with this, like, do better. Like, it's not like that. It's like, so what's going on? Like, you're getting hurt, anything like that? Like, what are you getting hurt with? What are you most worried about? I'll say to him, so Indy's pretty good with that as well. Like, he's on board with how to coach or corner me, I would say.
Next question. I mean, how many fights have you had now?
15. Yeah, so 15 pro Muay Thai.
Yeah.
1 random MMA fight, 1 boxing exhibition, 6 amateurs, 1 interclub. Yeah.
Random MMA fight. Let's talk about that fight a little bit. How did you get into that fight? Why did you pick that fight, and how did it go?
3 weeks before that fight happened, we'll blame Jack Jenkins.
Jack Jenkins, he's an MMA fighter from your gym.
Yeah. So he trains out of Absolute as well. But he came in and he's like, oh, we need a fighter. One of the girls from our gym from Absolute needs a match. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Don't look at me. And all of them looked at me and I was like, what? And they're like, you, like, could you do it? And I was like, an amateur MMA fight. And I'm like, I've never trained in MMA a day in my life. I've never done any nothing. And they're like, oh, you'll be fine. She's more of a striker. Yeah, okay. I don't believe that, but sure. Anyways. And then I looked at Andy, and Andy's like, why not? And I was like, and Andy, I trust my whole my whole heart with. And I was like, I'll do anything that Andy says. Like, and Andy's like, yeah, why not? And I was like, okay, all right, I guess we're doing this. 2.5 weeks of learning how to not get taken down. Do you know what good that did me? Nothing. You can't learn this.
Oh, so how did the fight go?
I got taken down. But I did make it to the end of the fight. So
Yeah.
it was the end of the fight. They stopped it like maybe 10 or 20 seconds before the last round because I was like, she was grounding, pounding me, and I'm on the ground, and she's like just hitting my arms, and it's not hurting me. Nothing's hurting me. And in fact, I don't think I've like the MMA fight. I don't think I had a few bruises because you bruise easy with those gloves, but it's not pain. Like you don't get as much pain.
You don't feel pain in anything.
I think there might be a few like nerve endings dead. I might not be right, but
I think we're all not right.
Yeah.
We're doing Muay Thai, to be honest.
honestly, no, I do feel pain. It's just like not from many like
Face punches.
not from being hit. So I was just sitting there, just covering up. And she's just hitting like either just like the side here or like my here, and I was just like cruising through, and they're like, you have to do something. And I was like, he goes, you have to get up, you have to do something, you have to be like defending yourself. And I'm like, man, like I looked at the ref and I was like, I don't know what to do, just end it, like I don't care. And he's like, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who would do what you did, man? Seriously.
Stupid people, very stupid people.
Oh my God, that's amazing. And also went to like almost to the end. That's so funny. But yeah. Is
Really
that
fun.
when you wanted to just like keep being active too, right?
Yeah. I think I was like struggling to get fights at this time too. So we were just like, oh, fuck it. Like we'll just do it. And it just kept me going. It was actually a little bit heavier than I normally fight too. I think we fought at 57, something fucking ridiculous that I don't normally fight at.
So you fought heavier and you went to fight in a spot that you never trained before. Amazing turn, fight.
I think also like the fight range that you're in, the 15 fight mark, I think it's like from 10 to like 15 to 20. I think it's like a little bit harder to get in fights because it's either like people fight from 1 to 10 and everyone's like fighting, and then like from 10 to like 20 there's like a smaller pool because it's either they're still in the scene or they're out.
Yeah,
right?
It is getting a little bit like that. All the girls that were like coming up like with us when we were kind of starting, and they all kind of started dropping off, and they're starting to trickle out now. But I've heard some people talk about coming back after having some time off, and I'm like, okay, like this could be interesting. But I also, in the last year, haven't found it that hard to find fights, weirdly enough. Like we've always found a fight no matter what. I have a feeling it's more to do with Indy though too, because he runs full Thai rules.
Secret
drops.
Is a
No,
secret.
I don't think any secret anymore. You don't know, then you've been living under a rock.
Back then he was really secretive. He's like, I'm like, so who is this? It's just a couple people getting together.
Yeah, I think I messaged him. There was like one reel that he was like holding the microphone. I'm like, oh, so you're running the page? And he was like, you're probably the only one that didn't know. And I'm like, oh.
I told him when he first started, he wasn't going to make it a faceless page. When he first started, he wanted to be putting himself out there, or just not even like putting himself out there, but just like being in front of the camera a little bit, just so that he can get the page out there and do a lot more with it. But I told him, I was like, look, like the Muay Thai community, they can be super judgy. Like they can be super like cynical of that sort of stuff. So I was like, just don't put your face on it for a little while, so people don't know who to be angry with if they're not happy with something.
Fair, yeah.
Just until you prove that you're not biased. Just until you prove to everybody that you aren't doing this selfishly and trying to put your team ahead or put your people ahead. And I'm like, because that's what worried me. I'm like, I don't want any biasness in this page, because not that I'm like running it or anything like that, but I've had a little bit of say with it. And I'm like, I really don't want there to be any biasness, because the one thing that I really hate about Muay Thai sometimes is that it can be super biased. It can be, and the people at the bottom suffer because of it. The guys coming up, the new people, they're the ones that suffer when we make Muay Thai bias, because we will favour the guys at the top, of course.
Yeah.
You know, and then we're not favouring talent. We're favouring just somebody we like or somebody has good views on their Instagram. So his job was to like just deal with that first. And then I think he proved that point. And then we were like, okay, put your name
Yeah.
out there, put your face out there. That's fine. But yeah, he's doing it now. I think he's starting a new page as well for kickboxing.
Really?
Boxing. He's getting into another.
Yeah, the problem with the full Thai rules is that the media side of it was getting pulled into kickboxing shows, and they were asking India a lot to like come and help, and for him to be doing under full Thai rules, it didn't quite make sense to be doing the media under full Thai rules. So we'll put out kickboxing for you or something like that, or kickboxing rules. I can't remember what he named it, but we'll put that out there, and then the media can be under that instead.
Nice.
If it's Muay Thai, it'll be full Thai rules. If it's kickboxing, it'll be kickboxing now.
So
Balance it.
good.
So now I have to be involved a little bit more. There's too much going on now.
He's doing a really great job. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Indy. You know, that's not a paid job neither.
No,
Doing it
he's-
from his passion. So thank
Yeah.
you for what you do for
Yeah,
the sport.
he's doing a good job. And that to circle back, that is why I get more not get more matches, but that's why we find it easy to get matches, because he's got the whole system of fighters in his computer at any one time. And actually we all do. Like, I don't know, promoters still ring him and ask him who would be a good match. And he's like, you can look. Like, it's all there. Like, you can see where the ladder lies. But it's fine. I think they just want to have a chat to Indy because he also knows a lot more about the scene. But yeah, he's really good at being like, let's ask for this person, or let's check if this person's available for her, and let's get this fight going. So yeah, it has been pretty good. Like, pretty easy. Not easy to get fights, but like,
Sounds like you can be a matchmaker.
I think he's the unofficial matchmaker for Australia. He's done a lot. He's gotten some people some big fights.
He's such a door. I love that.
If promoters need good matchmaking, no.
Charge them.
So I guess that helped with you getting matched as well for the last few years. So Michelle, you've been pretty much fighting most of the girls in your weight division now.
Yeah. There's been a few, and I have. It scares me that people might think I'm avoiding the girls above me. I'm not. It just never works out because they either got fights when I want to be fighting, or I'm like right now, like I'm getting offered these big fights, but I'm like set myself a strict 6 months of chill because I haven't had that in a long time.
And I think that's really important. So a lot of people just fight, and then they get to this place where it's like they don't love the sport anymore.
Yeah.
And I think like it's great that you're like sort of having this like 6-month break for yourself to like, sort of reset.
When you're fighting, I think people don't realize this. You put everything on hold. Like everything goes on hold. And it's not just like, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like I always say fighting is a privilege, like, and sacrifice is a privilege. We always say that. But the other thing is like, while you're putting everything else on hold, you're losing yourself. You're losing who you actually are. So fighting, and I would never want to identify as just a fighter. Like, I'm still Michelle. I've still got this whole life. I've still got coaching. I've still got like this farm girl, country girl still in me. I've got this natural nature loving person and forward driving, camping. I still have this other side of me, and I lose that every time I fight. And so if I fight like 8 months of the year, that's 8 months of the year that I'm not like, me. And so like, I lost a lot of myself last year fighting all the time, and it took its toll. So we'll do 6 months, chill out a little bit. Find myself again.
So within
really
6 months,
interesting.
what are you gonna do?
Camp.
Yeah,
I'm gonna fucking camp.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna spend some time camping. We've got a family trip coming up in March, April, hopefully. So the other thing that people probably don't know about me is that my stepdad's really sick. He's been around a lot longer than what they said that he would be. So we're like, maybe he just won't ever go. They're still camping, still traveling. Both my parents, my mum and my stepdad, are retired, so they're both like doing things, and I haven't been around to do them with them. So I went up to Echuca and spent like a week with them, and it was like a really good week. But they're doing a big trip to Flinders Ranges like in March. So I was like, I'll go and do a family trip. It's been a while since I've actually done a road trip outside the state. Yeah, so things like that. Spend a bit more time coaching, kind of develop that a little bit more. I think like, as much as every fighter would like to say that fighting helps you become a better coach, it will, but you're also a really shit coach as you're fighting. I am anyways. Like, I feel like I have so much less energy for my students and so much less energy for the gym in itself. Yeah, like when I take time off fighting, I notice like my classes are a bit more buzzing and like the atmosphere is always a little bit more. And it's like,
Yeah, energy.
my energy's more. Like you are like the responsible for the energy in your class. So when the class is like a little bit, that's on me. So yeah, it'd be good to give back to my students for a little bit and the other fighters, and yeah, just Indy as well. And Romeo,
Since we're on this topic again, because you're a coach, you're a fighter, how do you balance the two?
Like I said, that's so fucking hard. Like I said, well, I don't do many PTs, so like a lot of my wages are just from the ring gym. Something that's like really handy is that Andy's like made it so that Indy and I can live off a ring gym wage from classes without having to do PTs too much, because he's a big believer in like whatever you spend your energy in doing, it'll sacrifice them from somewhere else. So he doesn't want us to waste time with PTs and doing like all of our work and PTs to gain money when we could be like giving more to the gym and growing the gym. Gym grows, we grow, we get more, you know? So we've done a lot in that sense. But yeah, like if I'm fighting, I can't like possibly have enough energy for everything, you know? Like it just, I feel so bad for my students sometimes because I'm like, shit, I don't even know what I'm thinking right now.
Yeah, or you're moody because you need coffee or food. Or...
Yeah. Like, we're lucky enough that all classes are run with 2 coaches at least. So if I'm fucking suffering through a class, I'll have a spare coach there.
It's all you today.
Yeah, literally though. It is run like that. And I'm very thankful that we have, like, we do that for 2 reasons. If our class is like 20 people, we want at least 10 people per coach. So some classes even have 3 coaches. But yeah, it's like if I'm fighting and there's another coach there, it's so much easier.
Yeah,
so much easier.
That's good. Good system to have. Yeah. So we also know that apart from being a coach at the ring gym, you also recently become a co-owner of the ring gym.
So I couldn't buy a house for gym.
Why not? I think we're all on the same boat here.
Yeah. So when did that happen and how?
I had some savings in the bank. And I remember thinking, I was like, genuinely, I was like, I'm not gonna like it. The savings was there so I could buy a house. Like that was what it was originally for. And like, I don't know if I can afford that with how, like, as much as I am getting paid good, like it's still not quite enough to buy a house in Melbourne. So I'm like, I have the savings there for a deposit, but not enough of an income to go and do that deposit and be living comfortably. So yeah, I decided to put it into, like, I'd been sitting there looking at it for ages. And then like, I remember talking to Andy and he's like, oh, we're going to expand the gym. We're going to do this, do that. And I was like, look, like, I can put in the money. Like, I can put in money and invest into the gym. And he just said, yeah, like, why not? We'll do it. So it took about a year of us talking about it and what it would look like. But for Andy, it kind of is good because it means that I'm going to do as much as I can for the gym. You know, if it's my investment too now, like I'm going to put my heart and soul into that gym. It's going to kind of lock me into the gym a little bit. I'm not going to just disappear on him and go, you know, Thailand to live for a couple of years, you know. I'm stuck here now, but it's fine because I wouldn't want to be stuck anywhere else. But yeah, I'm invested in the gym genuinely, like not just money wise, but like everything. My energy is invested there too. Yeah, it helped him out, it helped me out because now I'm getting like back. I'm not just looking at money sitting in a bank. I'm like, it's actually making something now. And yeah, I get a little bit more say in what happens in the gym, but not much. Like it's still Andy's gym, but I have a little bit more input into things. He's slowly developing me up to be able to run the gym by myself or run a gym by myself. If Ring Gym ever expands or we franchise, then I can run one by myself.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But before that, have you ever thought, was it always your goal that you want to open your own or have a gym or?
I thought I wanted to, like, it's hard. My dreams change like every other week.
I mean, we all the same.
Yeah. I think when I was a kid, I wanted to own a zoo.
You can still have some animals around.
I was definitely an animal kid. Wasn't much of a people person. I mean, I own a zoo now. Muay Thai zoo.
The ring zoo.
The ring zoo.
50 on the mat every night.
Kind of feels like a zoo sometimes. No. Yeah, I guess because I only really got confident in myself and what I was and being a coach and stuff like that in the last couple of years. So like until then, I didn't really think I could own a gym. I didn't think like, shit, like I could like do this.
Yeah.
Even coaching, I'm like, you know, you still have your moments where you're like, fuck, am I a good coach? Am I actually teaching okay? Especially when you've got like such good trainers around you, like Andy and Indy and Jeb, like I'm like looking at them and I was like, fuck, I'm not even close to their level. Like I don't feel like that anyways. But then Indy's like, teach the same shit I do every day. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. So it just took some time. But yeah, I think I did want to own something of my own eventually, or have something of my own. So this is my little way of doing that and starting myself out in that direction.
Yeah. Nice. If you don't know as well, Michelle's actually got the sports science degree.
Exercise science. It was clinical though. So like a lot of the stuff that I did was like aimed at like people with like injuries or like a lot of that sort of stuff. So technically, when I finished my course, I would be the person that you see after you do, like after you've been injured and you've seen your physio and they've cleared you for exercise, I would be your trainer after that. Yeah, so I did a lot of that stuff and I worked in like gyms outside of that, but fuck, I hated that industry so much.
Why?
I don't know. You worked in gym spaces, hey?
So yeah, we both did. Yeah.
So for me, like when I worked in gym spaces and stuff like that, a lot of the people that I would be working with are people that also got into exercise and like fitness and all that sort of stuff. And then I don't know, I ended up being surrounded by a lot of people that were like in the bodybuilding or like that, like they really cared about their physique, and it was like just felt like a lot of people had self-esteem issues in that industry. And so like when you're a girl and you're like doing Muay Thai and you're being a fighter and you're around a lot of men with fragile self-esteem and fragile egos, it was like hard place to be. I don't know if they knew what was happening or like I don't think they realized sometimes, but yeah, it's like a lot of like weird shit. So I'm very glad to be in the Muay Thai scene because we did not have that problem here. Fragile egos in Muay Thai.
Yeah, martial art just different.
It's different. Everyone's confident in themselves. Like mostly everyone's really confident in themselves when they become a fighter. So all your top level coaches and all that sort of stuff are pretty confident people, like usually.
Yeah, better community or join Muay Thai gym.
Yes.
Because you're coaching at the gym, at the ring gym, you have both male and female. Do you find difference to coach?
Girls need a lot of confidence building when they first start. Like, I don't know if you guys are the same, but like I really needed a boost. Like I really needed someone to believe in me. And I know that's not all girls. There are some girls that have this crazy confidence and they walk into the gym and I'm like, wow, where were you when I first started? Like I don't see that. Like I'm seeing that more often now, but like definitely not when I started. Like girls really needed to be lifted up. And that's facts. Like that's I try to talk to Indy about this and he's like, yeah, but guys are the same. And I'm like, some guys are the same. Guys, like if you go into any kind of workplace, guys are more likely to be the ones that ask for a raise or ask for a promotion. They're the ones that like feel like they deserve that. And that's fine. Like that's good. Kudos to them. We need to start like girls need to be the same, but they're just not. Girls will be like, I don't deserve that raise yet, or I don't deserve it. I don't think I'm ready for it. There's just that internal voice in their head, something a little bit different that is an easy fix. All you just got to do is like keep building them, keep pumping up their tires, keep telling them that they're great. Even when you don't want to, it's like you just got to keep saying it because like even the girls that I've thought are the most confident are still some of the ones that are like doubting themselves the most. Yeah, like I guess that's the main difference.
Because you run a women's class too at the ring gym. You think that's important? Because some people say, oh, they can just go to the mixed gym. Do you think it's important to have that space just for them?
Yeah. Female class is like usually pretty quiet. I think it is, Saturday in the morning. A lot of the girls are out doing fun shit. I don't know about that anymore, but yeah, the classes can be pretty quiet. But if they develop their community in themselves and they really get around each other, then it's like one of the main classes that they'll go to and they enjoy. So it really does depend if you develop that culture early with your females or if you don't, if you're finding that it's not there, sometimes it's just dropping off and that can indicate an issue somewhere else. But I think that the female classes, doesn't matter how quiet or how dead those female classes will get, they'll always be there because if there's one girl and like she comes in and she's like, don't feel comfortable in a class full of 20 people, 30 people with males and females and randoms, then she'll always have one class there that she can kind of enter in. And we don't expect girls to stay in the female-only classes forever. very rarely do I want that to happen. I want them to eventually feel comfortable going into the other classes and see that the guys in there are pad, that they're really nice and they'll look after them too. But for them to start and have somewhere to start is so important.
Yeah, like a pathway for them to grow and then go on and
that is the main part that class like provides for our gym.
Michelle, so as I said before, you fought almost everyone in your weight division. Now, if there's one person that you want to fight, could be Australia, could be overseas, could be anyone, don't think about experience or anything, just like, you know, that's your dream fight that you want to fight, who would that be?
I'm not really like every time someone asks me like, who do you want to fight? Like I am not a who person because I don't really care about your name. Like honestly, like I've never really cared about your name. I just care about what level you're at, what caliber you are. So the one thing I do want is I do want to have an international fight. I do want to get like on the other stage or like, you know, have some big fight before I retire or before I like decide to be done with Muay Thai. Like I want to have like a high caliber international fight. I want something to show me like, cause it like I was saying earlier to you guys, like the fights that like where I'm tested, like with you, Joe, like when I'm tested against people above me, I'm the most happy, you know? I'm the most happy because I like get to see where my level is at. I never would have dreamed that I'm at the level that, you know, to be able to even enter the ring with Joe, even, you know, with her time off and everything like that. I never thought I would be at that level. And then for Andy and them to be like, yeah, sure, like we'll do this and we'll try. And I was like, fuck, maybe I can be at that level. So like those high caliber fights, like they show you what level you are. Like,
it brings out the best in you.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, like I'm not a who person, just I'm a caliber. Like I want to just fight someone high caliber. Like I want to show myself that I can, or I can be at that level. Like it's really important that I do that for myself before I finish.
I mean, and you proved your fight with Joe, the whole crowd, you know, the whole crowd, not that you bring it, but like atmosphere between you just like going at each other. It's just so amazing. So it shows that you're actually up there, Michelle, right?
It did make me feel really good, that fight.
That crowd was crazy. I couldn't even hear my quarter. It was so down as well.
It's a promoter's dream. Bring me this fight again. I will be a promoter.
What happened? I think you tried to Superman. You only missed just by a fraction, but you missed. And I was like, yeah, sweet. And then your girls went wild, and I was like, fucking, she didn't even hear me.
It was so crazy though. I couldn't hear my corner at some point.
I mean, I scream at everything Joe throws anyway, no matter it hits or not. So
I love that though. That like that's what we need in female sport is like that level of and support. I remember wording up the gym. I was like, guys, she will bring a crowd. We need to bring a crowd. Like I cannot fight Joe and not have a crowd there. So you guys better come. And fuck, they came.
No,
so,
they definitely came. Like I'm pretty sure it was like half. Like it was insane. Like
it was such a good. Like I remember watching a video of them cheering after my fight, or during like when we were walking out and stuff like that. I remember seeing like a video of them just like chanting. And I like cried a little bit. I was like, oh my God. It makes you so emotional when when you have like such a big fan base. Like that's why we do this. We don't do this like the money is shit. No offense. Sorry.
just like you know.
Just so you know, the money is not great. Like I have really amazing sponsors, by the way. Like but I'm not doing this for the money. I'm literally just doing this so that like my gym and my people and like the people can like be proud of something. You know? So yeah, like bring a little tear to my eye when I saw everyone cheering because it's like, yeah, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, this is good. Yeah.
So good.
And with the international fight that you're talking about, which show would you want to be on the most? Like one championship or RWS?
I would love to be on RWS. I like RWS because it's like it feels a little bit more
Muay Thai.
Yeah. It's a faster pace and a bit more crazy, and they're still like trying to kill each other, and it's definitely still entertainment Muay Thai, but it's Muay Thai. You know, there's no small gloves. It's like they've still got some really good.
They still keep the Mongkon and White Crew tradition. That's what I like.
I think Jada was saying that you get fined if you don't do a White Crew. Which I've never done a White Crew. I'll just make it as simple as I can because dancing around a ring is too that creates a lot of anxiety in me.
Me too. I stress out for that. I find it's fun, but like the dance before.
It's wild dancing in a ring is what scares us. It's not fun. But everyone's like, that's the easy part. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. It's so scary. So no, the RWS is, I think, where I'll go. Because I don't know, I really like it. We did reach out and ask if I could potentially fight on RWS. Indy reached out for me on my behalf, which again, what a
champ.
beautiful man. No, he's reached out a few times, like done things like that for me a few times, and they emailed back, and I think it was the best day of my life. He sent me the email that they sent him, and they were like, look, like we know of Michelle, like we keep an eye on the Australian scene and we've seen her around. We would love to get her on, but we obviously can't pay they don't pay the flights and the com and that sort of stuff, which is fair. Like, shit, they got people coming internationally all the time. I don't expect them to do that. But yeah, they said that I could come on when I was ready. But yeah, we were planning to try and do it. Just the timing hasn't really aligned. Like with Andy and Indy always having UFC fights out, we're trying to line it up so I don't fucking interrupt anyone else's fight camp. But yeah, maybe that's a this year or early next year goal.
Nice.
Yeah. Amazing. All right, we're going to wrap this up. Last question, Michelle, I guess. If you could give an advice to young female fighters who coming up, what would it be?
Everyone is going to have advice for you. Everybody is going to say something about what you should and shouldn't be doing, or you're going to be looking for the magic pill that makes you the best and makes you amazing. The main thing is that you stay on track. If you go and zigzag and you keep changing course and you're like, I'm going to do what they're doing and I'm going to do what they're doing and I'm going to do what they're doing and I'm going to do what they're doing. Taking a longer path to get to where you should be going. Trust your coaches, the ones that are in charge of you. And if you're, not sure about that, like there's plenty of other people there that can help you, but like stick to your course, stick to your course, give it a go that way. But yeah, I think too many people are getting too caught up in too much different shit. It's getting like a bit crazy at the moment. I'm seeing so much random advice on Instagram being like, what the actual
Yeah, it's too easy to just get advice from anywhere on the internet now.
Unless
these days.
they are where you want to be, they are not somebody you should be listening
exactly.
to. Yeah. Even then.
Even then, it's your journey. Yeah. Oh, well, thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Thanks for having me.
So much to talk, but we just have to wrap up now. Normally we keep it about half an hour. Now it's going to 1 hour.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for
hopefully
coming
down for everyone.
Thanks everyone. We'll see you next episode. We have a guest coming up next. Make sure you're
subscribe and like our video, and then we can get more fighters or other people that we want to interview on. Thank you again.
Yeah.
See ya.